we have some questions for you, Anna. The first question is, prior to Survivor Bloomsburg, what type of preparation did you do to get ready for Survivor Bloomsburg? Like mentally, physically, or like social strategy wise?
Physically, I went to the gym pretty much every day. I worked out just to get my body physically fit, and I also was watching previous Survivor seasons just to also prepare to see if there was anything similar.
In episode 1, you were shocked at the second tribal council meeting when the votes were being read and you saw Hope's name come up a couple times. What do you think happened there?
I think, well, based off of what I know, we were being targeted as our girl alliance that was in that team. So I guess it was just a random kind of vote just to choose Hope out in that, the three of us girls. Nothing like specific.
So, tell us about the challenges in episode 1. Which one were your favorites to either compete in or watch?
I would say my favorite was the second one with like the multiple different like stations, I guess you could say. It was just fun to see everyone participating as well.
So side questions actually. One is one of the names that you mentioned was Anthony. And you mentioned earlier that like the three-girl alliance between you, Hope, and Gianna. But do you feel like your personal alliance with Anthony was also strong?
Yes, I do. Because we had our three girls, and then we also had another one with Anthony included in that. So Anthony definitely had my back throughout this whole time, and I could also see that going from the votes that there was like 4 people that didn't write my name down and stuff.
And then the other thing is you also mentioned Jake and how he was messing up and whatnot. How was your alliance with Jake?
I did not speak to him that night because he got the key to go away, so during that time I didn't really get to speak to him, and then during the challenge I really didn't get to speak to him much, but I think that also could be a part in why I got voted out, because I really didn't get to speak to one of the, I feel, strongest on the team.
So Claire played her idol to save herself out of episode 2, but in the end she really didn't need to because there were enough votes on you that it was more of a way to flesh her idol out of the game early on. Who were you surprised with regarding how they voted during your tribal council exit?
I was definitely surprised that she had it. I mean, I felt like she seemed pretty calm because her name was being thrown out like before the tribal. It was like 3 names being Claire and Jake, and she really didn't seem too stressed. So I felt like there was definitely something off, but I also knew no one was going to vote for Jake because he's a very strong player.
So you feel like Claire was ready for that moment?
Yeah, she had it coming.
Did you? I feel like we asked this that night too, but did you feel like this was coming to you too when you were voted out?
Yeah, just based off of like the 10 minutes before tribal council, I heard my name multiple times, and mostly from Jake calling me unathletic. I was just like, all right, that's really not fair to say that about me when I dropped a frisbee once in the dark, you know. But as soon as I heard Jake was saying my name, I knew it was over.
You didn't play any of your safety keys in either episode, yet you had heard your name floating around. Why didn't you play it? Are you planning to gift it to any player currently left in the game?
I didn't play that night because I knew it was going to be between me and Claire, and I didn't want to risk losing my vote that night because it could have possibly saved me if I had one more vote, and if she didn't play her immunity idol.
If you replay any part of episodes 1 or 2 of the competition again, what would you do differently to yield a different result?
Definitely try to talk to the other Gator team more because I really didn't feel like I talked to them. It was just like my group mainly just trying to make decisions and stuff, so I didn't really get to create a good bond with the other people, which I also believe led to my me being voted out.
So, what did you learn about yourself by participating in Survivor Bloomsburg?
I learned to not doubt myself based off of what the people are saying about me, because mainly wasn't upset about getting voted out. I was upset about what he said about me, and so just focusing and like supporting myself, knowing that he's wrong, and I'm very athletic, so just to have my back as well as others.
So So, in the beginning, like when you first applied and whatnot to this game, what motivated you to apply?
Obviously the money. I feel like that's a good one. But just I feel like I've watched the show growing up with my family, and I've always like found it interesting, but never would have gone to the actual show. But so I thought it would just be a really fun opportunity just to get involved with the school and possibly make new friends, which I did.
What advice do you have for everyone who is still left in the game?
I would say to not trust anyone. Just based off of what Claire was coming and telling us, that she doesn't trust Jake, and that night she said she wanted him out, which was obviously a complete lie, and that they are obviously an alliance. But just really just focus on yourself and try not to trust anyone too much.
Of the remaining players left, who do you see as some of the ones that could go a long way in the game if they play their cards right?
I definitely think Anthony could go really far. I did not hear his name once throughout this whole entire thing, and he's just a very nice person, I feel. And he's also athletic and smart on top of it. I feel like Gianna can go very far, just based off her athletic abilities and just how nice she is as a person. Jake, I feel like, is going to go far just based off of his previous record, but that could also be downfall based off of people who tried to kill him.
If you could tell other students why they should consider applying for Survivor Bloomsburg Season 3, what would you tell them?
It was just a really fun experience during that time that I had. I made some great friends, and not only with the other participants, but also like the camera people and stuff like that. So it not only was it for the money, but it's just to be involved with the school and make friends.
Do you think you yourself will apply for Survivor Bloomsburg Season 3?
I'm not sure. I mean, either way, if I applied to be a contestant or not, I would want to possibly be like a camera person or just be in the scene, you know what I mean? Because it was just a fun environment to be in. But I possibly will try to participate again.
And the very last question, we're already here. Any final thoughts from you?
Not really. I mean, I just had a great time. I'm sad that it was cut short.